The first may seem like a small thing because most people don't worry about it, but to me, it is a very dangerous sign. And that is simply that you're paying interest on your credit cards at all. We've talked on this podcast about the fact that I think that for many high income earners, they place an outsized level of importance on their FICO score. And there are scenarios where, unless you're applying for financing, some of the things that you do to maintain a high credit score can actually be contradictory when it comes to what gives you strong finances overall. But there is the simple truth that having a combination of a high income and a high credit score can put you in a position where you have more opportunities financially, even when it comes to opportunities to better manage your credit card debt. And when I come across a person who has a high income, but also has high credit card debt and they're paying interest on their credit card debt, I actually do ask to see their FICO score. Because when I look at that FICO score, it's going to show me one of two things. Either they have a high FICO score, and that would give them the opportunity to put their credit card debt in a position where they're not paying interest, or they have a low credit score, likely because of the credit card debt, and it is keeping them from the opportunities that could improve their relationship with their credit card debt. Now, the low credit score is something that has to be worked on. But if you have a high credit score and you're paying interest, to me, that just says you are getting used to something that should not be the norm. Because interest on credit card debt is one of the most insidious forms of debt that you could possibly have. The interest rate is high, it's not tax deductible, it doesn't help you in any area of your finances. So the very presence of it is something that is a threat to the rest of your finances. And after the break, we're going to tell you two ways to get yourself in a position where you can either pay less interest or you can pay no interest at all. But number one, you're paying interest on your credit card debt. Number two is your credit card bill is always a surprise. Remember, these things are not necessarily financial metrics. A lot of this is about a state of being. And if you're like me, you have been in scenarios where you know on a month to month basis, you're charging more and more on your card. And you start to get to the point where you either forget how much you've charged or you're aware that it's more than you wanted. So you're dreading that moment where you have to log on to your credit card company and see what you owe, or the time that you're going to get that email with the statement balance for the previous 30 days. It's a miserable feeling, and only you can be honest and ask yourself the question: when I log on to my credit card provider to see what I owe on my statement, is it A, a surprise? B, do I have a sense of dread when I log in? And if either or both of those are true, you're in a position where you need to make a change.